Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In today's story, we have for you a rejected singer who won a global talent show. This is her amazing success story. Our today's protagonist is a 23-year-old woman from London named Jasmine Thompson. Jasmine is a singer and songwriter. She grew up in the UK capital with her parents and two siblings. Her father was a banker while her mother was an office worker. They had no idea their daughter was passionate about singing. She learned to sing in the church choir when she was only 6 years old. Since then, she has loved singing more than anything in the world. The girl knew exactly what she wanted to do in life, and even as a teenager, she already knew that her whole life would be connected with music. Thompson published her first song when she was just 14 years old. She shared it on social media and asked her friends to listen to it. They were very supportive and told her that she was gifted. Encouraged by this, Jasmine continued writing songs. In her free time from school, she began uploading covers of popular songs to YouTube. First, there were not many people watching them, but over time, more and more viewers started noticing her. Now she has more than 30,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. Jasmine dreamed of becoming a famous singer and performing in front of thousands of people. She imagined how nice it would be to hear people singing along to her songs. Unfortunately, the girl did not know how to read notes. So when she turned 18, she decided to take singing lessons. She wanted to improve her voice so that she could finally record a professional album. Jasmine paid for the lessons herself. She earned money babysitting. Despite the fact that she studied hard, her voice still wasn't good enough for the local producers. They rejected her again and again. Sometimes they didn't even finish listening to the song she was singing. After graduating from high school, Thompson decided to move to LA and try her luck there. But her parents were against this idea. They thought that the girl was just going through another teenage rebellion phase. When she heard them talking about her plans behind her back, she left the house without saying a word. She didn't want to argue or cause a scandal. She packed her things and bought a one-way ticket to America, Inc. Then she called her friend Harry Styles and asked him to let her stay at his place. He readily agreed. When Thompson arrived in LA, she felt like the most unfortunate person in the world. No one appreciated her talent, and now she didn't even have a place to live. One day she met a guy named Ben. He offered to become her manager and promised to make her a real star. Thompson agreed and soon signed a contract with his agency. Ben kept his promise. He helped her write songs, rehearse, and find a record label. After 6 months, Jasmine released her debut single called Adore. It was a huge success. The song hit the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and stayed there for several weeks. Thompson became famous all over the world. Her fans were waiting impatiently for her next release. A year later, she performed at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. Hundreds of thousands of people were singing along to her songs. It seemed that Jasmine's life was finally getting better, but suddenly everything changed. No one was inviting her to festivals anymore. Labels stopped signing her, and even her manager, Ben, began to spend less time with her. He was clearly embarrassed to work with an artist who was no longer relevant. At some point, the singer couldn't take it anymore, and she decided to return to London. She was in severe depression. She missed her old life, but it was impossible to go back, since she was no longer that little girl who sang in the church choir. She didn't know any other job except being a singer, and she couldn't get a normal job because of her unsuccessful career. All the doors were closed to her. One day, Thompson saw a post on social media. It was about a global talent show called The World's Best. The winner would get $1 million prize and the opportunity to perform at the closing ceremony of the Olympics. For Jasmine, this was a chance to start over. She sent in an application right away. A few days later, she got an invitation to the show's casting. The girl was shocked. She couldn't believe that after all the doors that were closed to her, this one was open. Of course, she went to the casting, and the judges were amazed by her voice. They immediately let her into the next round. On the show, Jasmine met a lot of talented people from all over the world. There were dancers, acrobats, and other singers. Not everyone made it to the next rounds. Ultimately, only 50 contestants remained. Among them was a pianist from Ukraine named Anton Duat. He was a young man of 24 who impressed the judges with his performance. Although Anton looked very young for his age, he was already a fairly well-known musician in Europe. He was especially popular in his native Ukraine, where he was considered a virtuoso pianist. He graduated from the prestigious Kiev Conservatory with honors and won several international competitions. He was also a laureate of the President's Prize, awarded by the Ukrainian president for outstanding achievements in art. Over the next few weeks, the contestants had to perform various songs. Every week, the competition became more intense. Many talented performers left the show. Some of them simply didn't make it to the next round, while others voluntarily withdrew. As the final approached, Jasmine and Anton became the favorites. Their performances always caused a standing ovation. However, the audience still couldn't decide who was better. When Thompson found out that she and the Ukrainian pianist were in the final two, she was both happy and scared. But when the results were announced, she was shocked. The winner was Jasmine. She couldn't believe her happiness. She won the show and was guaranteed worldwide fame. When asked how she managed to surpass the talented pianist, Thompson replied, "I think every performance of mine was unique and different. I put a piece of my soul into each song, and I think the audience felt it." Anton also congratulated her and said, "You are a born singer. You were born for the stage. Your emotionality is amazing. You are a real star." Soon, Jasmine's life changed dramatically. She was invited to all the major talk shows. She gave interviews and was featured in magazines. Fans stopped her on the street and asked for autographs. Thompson was finally happy. She proved to herself that no matter how many failures you face, you can always succeed. The main thing is not to give up. Many people thought that after winning the show, she and Anton would become friends, but it never happened. He returned to Ukraine, and she continued performing around the world. Thompson toured a lot. She sang in different countries, and even released a couple of new songs, but none of them became hits. She was no longer invited to major festivals, and soon the singer's popularity began to decline again. Today, Jasmine is still performing, but only small venues. She often posts videos on social networks and has an active lifestyle. She seems to be happy with how her life turned out. Unlike many other winners of similar shows, she doesn't have to perform songs that are imposed on her. She can choose repertoire for herself and does not depend on anyone. Perhaps this is the true value of her victory. Friends, tell us in the comments if you know any similar stories, and that's probably all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon.